Rituals. The 1st of December, 2024. Have you ever thought, there is this one thing that I do not want my manager to know? Is there something you would want to hide from someone in power? Is there something that, if found out, would make you freak out and become overwhelmed by hysteria and fear of what would happen in the future? Do you have something that you hide because if people found out, your life would be ruined, and for that reason you guard it with your life? There was some similar concept to that in the movie Inception, where they would try to penetrate the mind of the dreamer in order to find out some secrets that he is refusing to share with them. It is similar to thievery. If your fort is penetrated by someone trying to find out these secrets, making you have a mental breakdown, then that thing you are guarding is of utmost value and importance to you. It is a blessing that God knows everything, because had that not been the case, some people would have a nervous breakdown when their secrets are found. God is severe in his punishment, and therefore, if you are found to be doing something that is considered a sin, you would definitely wish you had not been born due to the severity of the punishment. Thank God that God is merciful. The 2nd of December, 2024. Light is what happens if you could rip the electric field of the balloon charges and the magnetic field of the magnet, smush them together and send them out traveling through space. Sort of. In practice, electromagnetic waves are made by accelerating charges, like by wiggling them up and down. Then, the changing electric and magnetic fields they create team up as light and head off on their own. God did not tell Abraham to sacrifice his son. God showed him a dream in which he was sacrificing his son. Abraham took that as a command to sacrifice him, but God did not command him to do it. Dreams have interpretations. So Abraham misinterpreted God and decided to kill his son. Well, God says to Abraham, "You believed the dream," in the Quran. So maybe he did misinterpret the dream and thought that it was a command from God. Why is that funny? I don't understand. Which verse are you quoting? So, God is rewarding him for misinterpreting the dream and trying to commit murder? No, God tested him with the dream. Remember, people were sacrificing their children at that time. Even the story of Agamemnon sacrificing his daughter was during that time. The Phoenicians used to sacrifice their babies on tophets on top of sacrificial idols. That was murder, and it was seen as an outrageous act. In Abraham's story, it is God testing Abraham with the dream in an attempt to choose him as the person who fulfills everything that God commands, to the point where when Abraham sees a dream, he knows that it is from God, and he takes it as an actual command from God. He did not attempt to commit murder. He was fulfilling God's command literally because he saw it in a dream. People were doing that around the globe, and no one questions their stories. But when it comes to a prophet of God, you call it murder. His son told him, "Do it, it is fine, because it is God's command to you." His son did not oppose God's command either. He accepted his fate. God rewarded them both with a long life and a great multitude, as the Bible states. God does not accept the sacrifice of children. God showed Abraham the dream to test him in multiple ways, not so that he would actually kill his son. Great comment. It's all about context. Human, specifically child, sacrifice was what people were doing in those days. Were they evil, disgusting people, or did they shed tears of blood during something to honor and venerate their gods? By being misled into believing they had to do the most hurtful thing anyone can imagine, ending the life of your own flesh and blood. People have little empathy these days. They can't relate to much or even attempt to. They just dismiss things and people as simply evil and disgusting and think no more about it. Abraham and his son, his only son, i.e., firstborn, Ishmael, both had identical recurring dreams. It could be interpreted no other way than something inexplicable and therefore divine in nature. Couple that with the fact that that's how people showed their willingness to submit to a higher power in his day, equals us remembering those people now and until the end of time.